Come closer. I want to tell you a story about the city where we used to live. No, not this place. Not the Ash. I mean the city as it was, before it all fell. You need to hear this so you understand the quiet and why we always watch the sky.
You see, that was everything to us. A kind of beautiful, terrible pride. We really believed that all the dangers in the world were things you could see coming, like an army on a distant hill. So we just kept watch on the horizon, never even thinking to look up, or, well, to look inside ourselves. So this is the first part of the story. It's about all those long, quiet years before the sky shattered. A time that wasn't really defined by the tall towers we built, but by all the things we decided to bury beneath them. For as long as anyone could remember, we treated darkness like it was just a temporary visitor, a storm passing through. We figured if we just locked the doors, shut the windows tight, we could just wait for it to go away. We honestly thought we could outrun the night.
And that, right there, was our great deception. On one hand, you had the comfortable lie we told each other every single day. We're safe. The doors are barred. But underneath it all was the truth we refused to see. All those little fears we swept under the floorboards. All the warnings we pretended not to hear. All the griefs we buried, hoping they just turned to dust. But they didn't turn to dust. They sprouted. And this is where the story changes. This is the part you really have to remember. This is the night that everything we thought we knew was just ripped to pieces.
You have to understand all those small cruelties we just excused. Every sorrow we never gave a name to, they didn't just vanish. Oh no, they gathered. They fed on our silence for generations, just getting stronger and stronger in all those dark little corners we made for them. And that was the moment it all ended. The very things we pushed down, they rose up. It wasn't some foreign army that came for us. It was our own darkness. But it had changed. It had grown wings. Just try to picture it. This wasn't some dragon from a fairy tale. This was a terror born right there in our own home. The sky, the one thing we thought was always safe, it just went black, filled with a shape so huge it blotted out every single star. And as it came down, the air itself filled with the whispers of a billion fears finally finding their voice. And afterwards, in the silence, with just the glowing embers, that's when we finally got it. When the smoke started to clear, we could see what had really happened. That thing, that wingspan dread that came from the sky, it wasn't a monster. It was a confession. It was the physical shape of every single thing we had refused to admit about our city, about ourselves. It was us. The fire that melted the stone of our tallest towers, we lit that fire ourselves, years and years before it ever burned. Every warning we ignored was another log on the pile. Every sadness we buried was more kindling. We were the ones who built our own funeral pyre. And that's how we learned our lesson. It's a heavy kind of wisdom, one that cost us a city full of ghosts. So this is what we know now. This is the terrible truth. Nightmares aren't just for when you're sleeping. They can learn to walk in the sun. Ignoring the rot inside your own home is just an invitation for it to tear the whole thing down. We thought because we were still standing, we were safe. But we were so wrong. The shadows we make for ourselves will always come back to claim the sky. And that's why we watch the sky. That's why sleep, it's not a safe place anymore. Because we learned that the horizon, that line we used to think kept us safe, it can open like a mouth and just swallow you whole. I need you to never, ever forget this. Whatever truths you try to push down, whatever you try to bury and forget, it's not gone. It's just waiting. It's waiting for the right time, the right kind of darkness to finally grow wings and fly.